So welcome everybody, and it's good to have you here tonight. You know, Valentine's Day is coming up, so I thought we would have a theme focusing on the heart chakra, anahata, and opening the heart and balancing that chakra. And to begin with, so there'll be some back bend kind of things and opening the heart with various poses. You'll know them all. Tonight, we're going to start with centering, and as always, but I'd like you to take your blanket and roll it into a roll like this. And we're going to have this long part of the blanket be along our spine. Now, if you find that really uncomfortable, don't do it, you know, and that goes with everything that we do tonight. If anything feels bad to you, don't do it, or find some modification or do something else, or just wait to join us again when we get to something that's better for your body. But everybody is responsible for their own self. So we're going to come and put this roll at the base of our spine here, and then just sit on back, lie on back with your head on the blanket, and you try to get comfortable here. And like I say, if it's really not comfortable, then don't do it. And you can have your knees bent or your legs out long, which you can't see right now, but either way is fine. And you can have your arms out to the side. I'll give you a moment to settle in here. I like this one a lot. We're opening the heart area very nicely here. And if the blanket isn't good for you, just go ahead and take it out and lie on the floor. You'll get that same nice opening, not quite as deep an opening, but it's okay. All right. So while you're getting settled there, I'll sit up and offer what we're going to be doing. So close your eyes and begin to focus on your breath. And let everything go. Just relax. Begin to let your body settle. And tonight, I thought maybe we would offer an intention, if that's part of what you would like to do. You don't have to do this, but you might like to offer an intention of love for a special person or anything that you like. And if nothing comes to you, maybe I can offer you one, something like, my heart is open for love and compassion. So I'll give you a moment to think about what you might want your intention to be. And if you don't have an intention, that's okay as well. And then repeat your intention to yourself a few times, maybe 3 times. And now, notice that in this position, you have opened up the area of your body that protects the heart. Notice this space rise and fall with each breath, each inhale and exhale. As you inhale, let your belly expand and fill your lungs with fresh air. And as you exhale, feel your belly relax, emptying out, creating space for new awareness. The heart is the center of of love and warmth and compassion and joy. It's the center of your deep bonds with other people, other beings. It's the center of your loving generosity and also your self-love, which is as important as loving other people. The energy of Anahata, the heart chakra, allows us to recognize that we are part of something large, that we are interconnected with many others throughout life and throughout the world. When your heart chakra is balanced and open and flowing easily, others feel your love and warmth. They feel like they are loved and accepted unconditionally by you, and people feel as if there's peace around you. To open to love is to reach the deepest part of us and to connect with our true selves, our true essence. And so tonight's practice will be focused on opening the heart chakra, Anahata, and opening the heart. So now roll gently to one side and remove the blanket and then come onto your back. Okay, and we'll start with the knees bent. And we're going to begin by warming up the lower part of our body. So we're going to bring the right knee in and take the hands around the right knee, or you can also put it around your right thigh if that's better for you. Either way is good. And we'll just take a few breaths here, letting the low back get a nice gentle stretch, and the organs on the right side of the body getting a nice massage with each breath that we take. If you would like, you can lengthen out your left leg. You also can leave it bent. Either way is fine. And now we're going to lift the right foot up towards the ceiling. Oh my. Okay, well, we want the leg to be straight. So some people will be able to straighten their leg only, say, like at this angle or something. You find the perfect angle for you for a straight leg. So you're getting a stretch along the back of your thigh here. And although you're not going to be able to see my foot, we're going to be pointing and flexing the foot a few times here. And just notice as you point and flex the different parts of the legs, that the muscles that engage. So when you're flexing your foot, you feel it up the back of your leg. And when you point your toes away from you, you feel it on the front of your leg. So those muscles are beginning to wake up with a gentle kind of motion here. And now let's circle the foot, circle the ankle, and then reverse the circle. So again, a nice gentle wake up for the ankle here. Good. And now let's bend the knee and bring that ankle over the left knee. And we're not going, since this is just the beginning, we're just going to gently press that right thigh away to begin to get the hip joint a nice wake up here too. And then let's take the right foot and put it on the floor. Let's do the same things for the left leg now. So bring your left knee in towards your body, hands around your knee or your thigh. And again, your right leg can be straight or it can be bent. The only thing is that that's working here is your hands to keep your leg in place. Your shoulders are resting easily on the ground and your forehead is smooth. Well, we get this nice gentle stretch for the left lower back here. And with each breath, a nice massage of the inner organs on the left side. And now let's lift the left leg up so the foot is towards the ceiling. And again, we want the leg straight. So wherever that is for you, it might be out here, or it might be here, or it might even be over your head. Just find your place. And while we're here, we're going to point and flex the foot. Again, noticing how the muscles of the leg get involved with this. Nice, slow, easy motions. And then let's make circles with the foot. And then the other direction here. And then if your right leg is long, go ahead and bend it. Bend your left knee and put your left ankle on your right thigh. And again, just gently press that left thigh away from you, getting a little bit of opening in that left hip there. And now let's bring both feet to the floor and bring them about hip width apart. And we're going to come into bridge pose. Let's tuck our shoulders under just a little bit. So it opens up our heart. It opens up our chest a little bit here. The shoulder blades are towards each other. Your hands are palms down on the floor. And then on an exhale, we're going to lift up. So inhale and then exhale, lift your hips up. Getting a nice bridge pose here. We'll hold it for a few moments, making sure that the knees don't fall out to the side at all, making sure that we are pressing into our feet, getting a nice stretch on our thighs, on the front of our body. And then let's lower down. Bring your feet out to the edge of your mat, the long edge. We're keeping the knees bent, and let's take our arms out in the T position. And let's go ahead and gently rock back and forth. Maybe exhale to a side, inhale to the center, exhale to the other side, and back and forth a few times here. So this is, again, for our hips, but also our spine is getting involved here a little bit. Just a nice gentle twist. Let's do one more back and forth. And then come to stillness. And then roll to one side and press yourself up to a seated position. And you may like to sit on a blanket if you want. I will, for sure. When you sit on the blanket, you allow your hips to release a little bit more so that your knees can go closer to the ground. Okay. And as always, if you don't like sitting in easy pose, because it's called easy pose, but it isn't always easy. You can sit with one leg out or both legs out, whatever you like. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do a little bit for our necks. So let's go ahead and just take the left ear to the left shoulder. Shoulders are down. And then turn your head to look down towards the earth, past your left thigh there. Notice the stretch on your neck changes on the right side. And then let's turn the ear back towards the shoulder and then come back up. And we'll go the other way now. So right ear to right shoulder. I don't know about you all, but my neck needs this stretch here. And then turn and look down past your right thigh. And then turn your head back so the ear is towards the shoulder. And then back up again. Oh, good. Let's roll the shoulders a little bit, just roll them out. And again, since we're focusing on the heart center, we're going to, when we roll the shoulders back, we want those shoulder blades to come towards each other. Just a little bit. Okay, good. All right. We're going to do a version of sun breath. So let's take our arms out here to the side. And we'll inhale, bring the arms up. And again, bring your shoulder blades together towards each other. And then exhale, hands into Anjali Mudra. Inhale up and exhale, come on down. And we'll do that a few more times. Inhale, open out. Exhale, hands together. Inhale up and exhale down. And again, inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale up and release on down. Good. Okay. So we've kind of warmed up a lot of the body. Let's do a little bit more for the spine. We'll interlace our fingers to begin with, and let's just press away for a moment, feeling the shoulder blades come apart. Just a nice stretch there. And then we're going to take our hands behind our head here. And we're not going to press hard on the head. They're just going to rest back there. We're going to do a cat and cow, a seated cat and cow with our arms like this. We're going to exhale and round the spine and bring the elbows forward, chin down. Inhale, elbows come open, shoulder blades towards each other, and the head comes up slightly. And the back is arched the other way into the seated cow. So exhaling forward, inhaling, open out, and do it with your own breath pattern here. So exhaling and inhaling. A few more times. Really beginning to feel the spine wake up and move here. One more time. And then release your arms and come back to your easy pose. And again, you may want to roll out your shoulders a little bit. Okay, let's take the left hand out to the side and the right arm up. And we're going to fold over here to the left. We keep our right hip on our right sits bone on the floor or on the blanket, whatever you have there. That's to help us get a nice stretch along the right side of the body. And since we're opening the heart, let's go ahead and turn so that we're looking towards the ceiling, opening up the chest. Breathing. And then exhale back to the side. And then inhale, come back up. Arm comes to the floor. All right, the other side, we'll take the Left arm up. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale over to the side. The left sits bone pressing nicely into the floor. Breathing, feeling the good stretch on that side, on the left side of the body. And now let's open up towards the ceiling. So our chest is facing up towards the ceiling. Our head is looking up. And then come back to the side on an exhale. Inhale, back up, and arm to the side. And let's go ahead and do a twist. And let's take the right hand onto the heart. And we're going to inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, turn towards the right. And just stay there for a moment. With each inhale, you lengthen through the spine. And each exhale, you release into the twist a little bit more. On your next exhale, come back to center. And we'll do the other direction. So left hand to the heart. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, turn towards the left. And then release and come forward. Good. I'm going to change the camera here a little bit. And my blanket. Let's see. We're going to be coming onto hands and knees. I think that will do it. Let's see. Well, okay. I'm not going to fool with it much more. There we go. So hands and knees. And again, if you want to have a blanket under your knees, feel free to. It's still not going to be good enough. I'm going to do one more thing to the camera and then we'll just let it be. Okay. Okay. So we're on hands and knees in table pose. And we're going to do cat and cow, just regular cat and cow. So spread your fingers wide, press into all the fingertips and the palm of the hand. And exhale, round and drop your head. Inhale, coming into cow, lifting your head and opening your chest. And exhaling. The movement starts from the pelvis and moves up the spine. Inhaling and exhaling. Use your own breath pattern here, your natural breath. One more time. And come to stillness. We're going to make a variation of cat and cow now. We're going to move our hands out in front of our shoulders. And we're going to, as we're into the cat, we're going to press back almost into child's pose. And then we're going to come forward. And we're going to come again into your cow. But if you would like, you can come into upward facing dog. It's a variation because our legs are still on the floor. And then exhaling, coming back into the extended cat and into the child. Inhaling, coming forward. And back to child's pose. And coming into the upward facing dog. So we're opening the heart in upward facing dog, really a lot more than just in the cow pose. This kind of gets your whole body involved. We're working the arms and the shoulders. The legs are moving. The spine is moving. Let's do it one more time. And then when you come back into child's pose, just stay there for a moment in child. And maybe circle out your hands, your wrists if your wrists need it. You can even give your wrists a little self-massage if you like. Okay, now is where we may want our blocks. I do. So let me scoot over this way just a little bit. Okay. All right, we're going to bring our right foot forward into lunge. And you can keep your hands on the blocks if you like. Also notice that your knee is kind of over your ankle, which you can't see, unfortunately. Okay, we're going to bring our hands to our thigh, and you can stay right here if you like. And notice that we can also open our chest by bringing our shoulder blades towards each other. And we also then, if you like, and you have the balance, you can lift your arms up so we're in crescent pose here in low lunge. And then let's bring our arms down. If you have blocks, you may want to use it. If you don't have a block, you can just rest your right arm on your right leg. Your left arm comes up overhead, and we're going to bend over to the right. A side bend in lunge. And then come back up. And again, you may want your blocks for this next part. I think I'll leave mine right here for right now. We're going to tuck the back toes under, and we're going to straighten both legs and then come down to the lunge. And again, straighten the legs and come down. Let's do this 3 more times. Straightening and lunging and straightening and lunge. I think we have one more. Straighten and lunge. Good. And now let's bring the right foot back underneath. And we'll do the other side. Maybe take a breath here before we do that. We'll bring the left foot forward, and I'm going to turn just a little so my feet are on the mat. It was a little difficult there. Okay, so our first part of this is we are going to come up into just the lunge position, and your option then is to bring your arms up overhead into crescent lunge. And then bring your arms down. And again, you can rest your left arm on your leg or take your left hand to your block and then lift up the right arm and fold over to the side. A side bend in low lunge. And then come back up. Okay. And now we're ready for this straightening the legs again. Well, I hope you're ready. And again, all these things are optional. So you can stay in low lunge if you prefer. So we'll tuck your toes of your right foot and then lift up to straighten both legs. And then down to low lunge. And then back up. And down to low lunge. 3 more. Here we go, 1. And 2. This is a really good strengthening thing for your legs. And this is our last one. And you're going, thank goodness, I am. And now let's bring that left knee back underneath. Okay. I'm going to put the blocks aside right now. And take a breath here. And let's go ahead and move on to downward facing dog. So your hands are a little in front of your shoulders. Again, all the fingers and palm of your hand are pressing into the mat. Toes are tucked under. And then on an exhale, we lift up. And here it's not important to get your legs straight. What's important is that you're lifting out of your shoulders and have a long line from your hands up to your hips. So inhale and exhale. So maybe you want to keep your legs bent to begin with. And maybe you'd like to walk out the dog. So pressing down one heel and then the other. And then eventually come into stillness with whatever feels right for you, with your knees bent or possibly straight. Your heels may or may not touch the floor. It's all good. Press into your hands, lift out of your shoulders. Breathe. You can come out at any time. And let's go ahead and lower now, again, to child's pose. So just sit on back and rest for a few breaths. Okay, let's come back to table and come on up to standing. All right. So let's come into mountain pose. Check your feet. Make sure they're under your hips. Roll your shoulders back and down. Take a deep breath. Maybe close your eyes. Try to keep your shoulder blades going towards each other, opening up the chest again. Feel your feet reaching down into the earth like the mountain does. Feel your head reaching up towards the ceiling like the top of the mountain reaches up through the clouds. And feel yourself strong and steady and stable, just like a mountain. And let's open our eyes if they were closed. And so my balance has been way off. We're going to give a tree a chance anyway. I think we'll do a fir tree today. so that we'll keep our shoulder blades towards each other with our arms down. And so, or you can do whatever you like with your arms. You can, let's go ahead and shift the weight into the left leg. Keep a gentle bend in your knee to help with any wobbles. Find a focal point, something that's not moving. And then bring your left heel to your right, your right heel to your left ankle and turn your knee out. And if you want to stay right there, stay right there. If you want to go ahead and you're feeling steady, you can begin to lift your right foot up your leg. Okay, there we go. And I think I'll have my arms out to the side, actually. Remember to breathe. And all those little wobbles, they're making your ankle really strong. I should have ankles like, like steel ankles or something by now, the way they're wobbling. Whew. And let's release and come on down. Maybe shake out your leg a little bit. And now let's go to the other side. Okay, so shift your weight into your right leg. And again, you can keep your left heel on your right ankle. That's fine. That's a perfectly good tree. If you're feeling like you have a good focal point and that you're steady in your core, you can go ahead and bring your foot up your leg. It can be below your knee or above your knee. Arms where you like. You can have them in Anjali Mudra or out to the side or up above or down by your side. Remember to breathe. Coming in and out is just fine. And let's release. I don't know, I guess it's good you're not in this room with me. There's this huge wind flowing through here. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, so let's turn sideways on our mat. So we're facing the short end of the mat. And we're going to come into a warrior one pose and a sequence. So let's go ahead and step back with the right foot. And so the right foot is at a slight angle. Your front knee, your left knee is bent. And you want to make sure it doesn't go past your ankle. We don't want it past. It can be behind, but try and get it so that the bend is right over the ankle. Okay, and then we're going to come into warrior one. Oh my. There's still this wind flying through here, I guess. This is a pretty intense balance pose as well. So, okay, that's good. And we're lifting the chest, shoulder blades are towards each other. And then let's bring our hands down and bring them behind and interlace the hands. Now, if your hands don't interlace, just holding your arms down at your side and pointing back would be fine also. But this is stargazing warrior. Your shoulder blades are towards each other. You're looking up towards the ceiling. You're not crunching the back of your neck. You're keeping it long while you look up gently. And you can feel your heart center open here. And now we're going to come into humble warrior. So we come forward on the inside of our left thigh. Whoops. Okay. Let your head drop. And then release your hands to the mat. Turn your right toes forward and step forward, coming into a forward fold. And again, with your forward fold, your knees can be bent if that feels better to you. They don't have to be straight. And let's come up halfway to a flat back. And then release them down with an exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale halfway up and exhale down. Bend your knees this time and press your feet into the floor and inhale, coming up, up, up. And then exhale your arms down to the side. Okay, good. All right, let's do the other side now. Actually, let's take a moment here. Close your eyes. Notice how you're feeling. A few breaths here. And now let's go ahead and open the eyes and come to the short end of the mat again. We'll step our left foot back. Foot is at an angle, the left foot is at an angle. The right knee is bent right over the right ankle. And bring your arms up into warrior one. Opening your chest. Feeling how strong you are. Your legs are holding you really securely here. You're pressing into both feet equally. Both legs are equally active. Bring your arms down and let's roll them. Let's interlace the fingers behind, bringing the shoulder blades towards each other. Coming into stargazing warrior. Breathing, feeling how your heart is open to the stars here. And now let's fold forward, folding from the hips, coming into humble warrior. Coming on the inside of your right thigh. Let your head drop down. Relax your back. And now release your hands down to the mat. Turn your left toes forward and step forward, coming into your forward fold. Let's inhale halfway up. Exhale, release on down. And again, inhale halfway up. And exhale, releasing down. This time, bend your knees and press your feet into the floor. And inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Let's bring our hands together in Anjali Mudra and bring them down to heart center. Resting here for a few minutes in mountain pose with our hands in Anjali Mudra. Notice how your body feels. And let's release the arms and open the eyes if they were closed. Okay, what we're going to do next is make our way back down to the mat. We're going to do the beginning of sun salutation 3 times. And on the 3rd time, we'll step back into downward facing dog. So inhale out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward, leading with your chest and reach on down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, arms to your side. Again, inhale, out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward, flat back, and release. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, arms to your side. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward, flat back, and release on down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release down. This time, bend your knees, hands to the mat, and step back into your downward facing dog. Now we're all going to be coming down to the mat. You can come however you like. You can come into table or you can come into your plank pose. I'm going to do plank, but coming into table is fine also. And then lower the knees down and come on down to your front, coming into crocodile pose. Okay. And with crocodile pose, we have our hands on top of each other. Our toes are towards each other with the heels out, and our head is resting on the hands. Breathe and feel how with each breath your belly presses into the floor. So once again, we're getting this nice, gentle massage of the internal organs with each breath. Now I want you to take one leg and lift it and stretch it way back and set it back down. And then do the same thing with the other. Lift the other leg, stretch it back, and lay it back down. We're going to be coming into Sphinx pose. Actually, not yet. We're going to take our hands out to like the 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock position on our fingertips. Oh man, sorry, this on the fingertips. Okay. And then we're going to inhale and lift up and exhale, lower down. And inhale, lift up and exhale, lower down. One last time. Inhale, lift up and exhale, lower down. Take a rest. Be there in, and bend your knees and sway them side to side so you can release your back. Okay. And then lower your legs back to the floor. And again, make sure your legs are reaching back nice and long. And now we're going to come into Sphinx pose. Oh my goodness, my bolster is attacking me. All right. So we're going to bring our elbows under our shoulders. Now, if that's too much of a bend for your back, just scoot your elbows away out in front of your shoulder to whatever place feels good to you. But no matter where, we're going to press down on the pelvis. We're going to have our fingers spread wide and then pull on the arms to keep from getting any little twinge in the back body. Yeah. If you have a twinge in your back, lower down some. Move your elbows forward. Keep pressing in the tops of your feet and your pelvis. Breathing. And then release on down. And once again, let's bend the knees and let them move from side to side, releasing the back. And then lower your feet down. And we're going to do one more of this kind of thing. We're going to do locust pose, a variation. We're going to, again, keep our legs long behind us. And this time we'll have our arms down by our side and our head is on the floor, maybe with the forehead on the floor. But since I need to talk to you, my head's not going to be down. So raise up one leg and stretch it back and lower it. And we're pressing into the floor with our pelvis also. And let's do it again. Lift up that same leg and then lower. And lift up that same leg and then lower. And now the other side, the other leg. Lift up that leg and lower. It doesn't matter how high it is. Lift up the leg and lower. And one last time, lifting up the leg and lowering down. And now what we're going to do is this variation of locust. We'll have our foreheads on the floor. And then we're going to lift our head, the top of our body, our legs and our arms up off the floor. So we're kind of balancing on our tummy. Okay, so let's inhale and exhale and inhale up. Just to wherever you can. And if you want your hands down on the mat, that's fine. Just wherever you are. Breathe. And then release. And again, let's go ahead and move bend the knees and let them sway back and forth to help release the low back. And then to even help more, release your legs to the floor and press yourself back into child's pose. And usually we do child's pose with the knees apart. Keep them closer together this time so that your back will really get a chance to bend over your legs and get a nice stretch in the opposite direction where we've been doing back bends. So now we're going to do this right here. Breathe into your back and feel those muscles begin to release. Okay, let's come onto our backs. I want you to do one last back bend here before we are done. We did a bridge at the beginning of class, but we've done all these different postures to open our chest. Open our heart. Let's try a bridge again. So feet are parallel and close to your bottom. Arms by your side, tuck your shoulders underneath. Press into the floor and lift up your hips. And notice, do you think you're coming up a little bit higher in your bridge than at the beginning of class? It's really something. For me, I think it is a little bit higher. At least that's how I envision it. And let's release down. And now bring your knees in towards your chest. And let's rock back and forth. Again, releasing the back. And then let's circle the knees. And then reverse the circles. And then bring your feet to the floor. And yes, it is time for Shavasana. Lengthen your legs out, cover up, or put a blanket underneath your legs, or whatever makes you feel really comfortable. Close your eyes. Focus on your breath one more time. Let your eyes rest back in your eye sockets. Relax all the little muscles of your scalp. Release your forehead and your jaw. Relax your arms and your legs. Feel the earth hold them and surrender them to the earth. And while you're there resting, I'm going to read you something by a fellow named John Wellwood, and it's called Forget About Enlightenment. Forget about enlightenment. Sit down wherever you are and listen to the wind singing in your veins. Feel the love, the longing, and the fear in your bones. Open your heart to who you are right now, not who you would like to be, not the saint you're striving to become, but the being right here before you, inside you, around you. All of you is holy. You're already more and less than whatever you can know. Breathe out, touch in, let go. Take the next 2 minutes to relax and to be appreciative of what you are right now. For those of you who would like to stay in Shavasana, feel free to do that. Our time is coming to an end, though, and those of you who would like to end now, begin to make movements with your small muscles like fingers and toes, wrists and ankles, and maybe rock your head from side to side. And when you're ready, bend your knees and roll to one side. And then press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands into Anjala Mudra. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all the love surround you, and the pure love within you guide you along. Thank you for joining me this evening. Namaste.